I've been speaking to a lot of small business owners about this topic recently. We see a lot of statistics in the news and so forth about what's going on. For years and years, I actually looked this up to see when this phrase was coined. Good help is hard to find. As near as I can tell, it goes back to about the middle of the 19th century. So it's not new. The difference today is that based on everything that we're seeing in the news and experiencing in our lives, good help is now impossible to find. We see that unemployment rate is 3.9%. There are 7.6 million unfilled jobs in the United States right now. Baby boomers are exiting the labor market en masse. Millennials are entering the labor market en masse. And all of these things are combining to create probably the most tight labor market we've ever seen. I recently read an article about a company that does solar panel installations. They had 90 installers at the beginning of 2018. At the end of 2018, they had 55. It wasn't because they didn't have enough work for them, it was because their installers were poached away from them. But is it really the case that it is, quote, impossible? I mean, impossible means it can't be done. If that were the case, why is it that last year, 2.6 million new employment positions were accepted by people in the United States? And that 34% in a recent survey of over 1,000 people, 34% of the people who are currently working full-time jobs said they were actively looking for a new job. And 72% said, I'm not actively looking for a new job, but I'll tell you, if I saw something that fit me better and that I like better or whatever, I'd strongly consider changing jobs. Now, the point is that there are companies that are doing a good job with this. Now, in general, would you think that it's generally the larger companies that are doing a better job with this? Okay, it's not what I expected. What about anybody else? Now, that's a very important point that you're making, but something that I hope you'll come away from today's presentation with is that attracting the right people is only one of 3 steps that you have to take in order to hire and keep great people. And the other 2 are selecting the right people and developing and retaining those people. But every one of them is critical. And so you're right, they have resources. They have HR departments, they have recruiters, they have a lot of things. But it's been my experience, and I'll talk about my experience here shortly, that companies of all sizes blow this. They're terrible at it for all the reasons I'm going to talk about here. And the fact that you guys are small businesses, oftentimes we as small business owners think that that puts us at a disadvantage. We can't compete with the United States government. We can't compete with Amazon. We can't compete. But believe it or not, just like you're sitting here as entrepreneurs, because that's your choice rather than work for the government or Amazon, people are out there who prefer to work for smaller companies. They prefer to work closer to their home so that they don't have to commute. They're willing to give up a little bit of salary and benefits and a variety of other things if they can enjoy more quality of life. If you can bring things to them that they're not able to get now, you are not blocked out. And especially as you compete against other small business owners, the extent to which you develop your skills and know-how in this area and become really an awesome recruiter and manager of people, you're at a huge competitive advantage. So I'll give you a couple examples. A company outside of Atlanta, of all things, they sell helicopter parts. But they have had absolutely no turnover in 24 months because they focus on who they are and what they are. Small company, family-focused. They do offer a certain amount of health benefits, but one thing a lot of times we can't do health benefits, it's too damn expensive. Well, what if you had a small team of really sharp people that you could trust to solve problems and take care of your customers and do all kinds of things, that 4 people could do the work of 5, and the salary for that 5th person went to pay for benefits for the other 4. Okay, this is part of thinking out of the box that I'm going to be asking you to be doing here today. This can be done. A company called Avid for Adventure is a summer camp company of all things. They started out as a one-man show, guy working out of his basement. Today he's $8 million a year top line. He's operating in Colorado and California. Here's the critical thing. When you think about a summer camp counselor, what comes to mind? I'm sorry? Seasonal, that's absolutely right. Another thing I want you to think about, you'd be surprised how many people are willing to work on a seasonal basis. And you don't have to pay them year-round. You may not be able to afford to pay them. We'll talk about knowing your numbers. Now, with this company, the biggest difference is usually you would think of people in their late teens or early 20s being camp counselors. All of his people are 25 years or older. And these people identify themselves as outdoor educators. And this is what they want as a career. So I could give you a lot of examples like this, but the point is that the people who are succeeding are understanding what it is that their target market, this is marketing. You're out there in the marketplace trying to attract these people to you, just like customers, just like you're trying to attract customers.